You know the difference between the people who succeed and the ones who get left behind? It's not about how smart they are, it's not about their wealth, it's about respect. The ones who succeed know how to command it. The ones who struggle don't, and they end up wondering why their efforts don't seem to get them anywhere. Respect is something most people don't know how to earn, but it's something that can change everything for you if you get it right. It's something that will open doors, elevate your status, and get people to treat you differently. For me, it's been the driving force behind everything I've built. And it all started with a decision: speak now, not later. Too many people sit in silence, watching others get away with things they shouldn't. Think about the last time something went wrong in your life and you didn't speak up. Did you feel the frustration creeping in? Maybe it was a colleague showing up late, or someone breaking an agreement. Maybe it was a friend not following through, and yet you said nothing. Maybe you didn't want to cause conflict, or maybe you thought it wasn't a big deal. But here's the truth. When you don't speak up, you teach people that their behavior is acceptable. You teach them that they can get away with it. And then they do it again, over and over. And you're left wondering why things never change. That's why, from this moment forward, you need to get comfortable with hard conversations. But how? Reframe your thinking. Stop thinking of it as confrontation. Instead, think of it as clarity. This is not about being rude or aggressive. It's about being clear, about setting expectations and holding people accountable. It's about letting them know that you respect yourself and your time enough to call out bad behavior when it happens. The second step is to build the muscle. It's like working out. The more you practice having tough conversations, the easier it becomes. Don't wait until the problem is a 10. Start when it's a 2. When you can address the small things early on, you prevent them from becoming bigger issues down the road. And when you learn to manage those smaller issues, you start to build the muscle you need to deal with larger challenges in life. When you speak up, leave your emotions out of it. Don't get mad, don't get rude, and don't get heated. Just be practical. Speak about the outcome, not the emotions tied to it. Here's what we agreed on, here's what didn't happen, and here's what I need from you moving forward. It's that simple. No anger, just clarity. And here's the secret to making these conversations even more effective. Frame it. Frame it the right way. Tell them, this is the conversation I want to have. This is the outcome I want. Are you okay with that? You've just framed the conversation for them and they didn't even realize it. You've made it clear, and now they know what's expected, and they will respect you for it. Think about the times when you've let things slide, and how much worse it got because you didn't address it. Now imagine how much more control you'd have over your life if you didn't let those things slide anymore. If you addressed the issues right away, with clarity, without fear, without letting your emotions get in the way. Respect starts with how you treat yourself, and how you make others treat you. Speak now, not later. Stop letting things slide. Stop being afraid of the discomfort that comes with addressing issues head on. That's how you get people to treat you differently. That's how you build the kind of respect that will follow you wherever you go. Here's the truth that's hard for most people to swallow. You can't make everyone like you. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many times you bend over backward, some people will still not respect you. And that's okay. You see, being nice, being agreeable, being the person who says yes to everything, it doesn't earn you respect. It earns you nothing but exhaustion and frustration. I know, because I've been there. I've tried to please everyone. I thought it was the right way to build relationships. But what I learned is that trying to please everyone only leaves you feeling drained. And guess what? People don't respect you for it. They don't see you as someone with boundaries. They see you as someone they can walk all over. You can't build a meaningful life by saying yes to every request, every favor, every invite. You're not here to live for others. You're here to live for yourself. To accomplish what you're meant to do, you have to be focused. You have to have goals, you have to know your values, and most importantly, you have to know when to say no. Stop being afraid to say no. Stop feeling guilty for protecting your time. And stop thinking that if you don't say yes, you're a bad person. No is a complete sentence. And when you start saying no, people will start respecting you for it, because they'll see that you value yourself, and that's what makes you stand out. I've had to learn this lesson the hard way. There was a time when I was known as the nice guy, the one who would always accommodate, the one who would always go along with whatever was asked. It seemed like a good thing at first. I wanted to be liked. But what happened was that I lost myself. I lost my time. I lost my energy. And most importantly, I lost my respect. Here's a real example. I had a friend who always asked for my help, but it was never a fair exchange. It wasn't a mutual relationship. At first I said yes every time. But over time I realized that I wasn't getting anything in return. The relationship was one-sided and I was the one doing all the bending. When I finally said no, there was pushback. But guess what happened? Over time my friend learned to respect me more, because they understood that I had boundaries. And that's what happens when you start saying no. Being nice is not the same as being respectful. Being nice keeps people comfortable. Being respectful holds people accountable. And when you start holding people accountable, they start to treat you differently. They start to respect you more. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Stop trying to please everyone. Start being the person who knows when to say no. Start being the person who values their time and their energy. Because when you do, you'll find that the people who truly matter will respect you for it, and the people who don't matter, they'll fall away. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need the right people to respect you. Let's be honest here. Some people walk through life expecting others to take them seriously without ever bothering to take care of their appearance. But here's the harsh truth. How you present yourself matters. Whether you like it or not, people judge you by your appearance before they ever hear a word you say. Think about this. When was the last time you picked up a book without judging its cover first? You may not have consciously thought about it, but you did. That cover, how the book is packaged, tells you a lot about what's inside. It's the same with people. Your appearance is your cover. It communicates whether you respect yourself, and by extension, whether you expect others to do the same. I'll give you a personal example. When I first started building my business, I was this introverted programmer, often looking a little disheveled, wearing clothes that didn't fit right, and caring more about the code I was writing than how I looked. But as soon as I started attending meetings with high-level entrepreneurs, I realized I had to look the part. No matter how brilliant your ideas are, if you don't look the part, you won't be taken seriously. Let's break this down further. Appearance is not about being perfect. It's about showing the world that you take yourself seriously. When you put effort into how you look, you're telling the world that you respect yourself enough to present the best version of you. This doesn't mean you need a designer wardrobe or to look like you stepped out of a fashion magazine. What it does mean is taking care of yourself, dressing in a way that reflects the person you want to be and the respect you expect from others. Now, think about this. When you walk into a room, what message does your appearance send? Are you walking in with your shoulders slumped, looking like you're not confident? Or are you walking in with purpose, showing people that you value who you are? Your appearance is a reflection of your self-worth. If you don't respect yourself enough to dress well, to look polished, people will reflect that back to you by not respecting you. It's simple. People are visual creatures. When they see that you care about how you present yourself, they will treat you accordingly. And one more thing. If you're not getting the respect you want, ask yourself this. How well are you taking care of yourself, both inside and out? You can't expect the world to respect you if you don't respect yourself enough to look the part. Let me ask you something. Would you follow a GPS system that constantly sounded unsure of itself? Imagine it's guiding you, and every direction it gives is followed by phrases like maybe, I think, or it could be. How would you feel about that GPS? Would you trust it to get you where you need to go? Now, apply that to your own life. When you speak, do you sound confident? Or do you sound unsure, uncertain of your words, hesitating? If you speak with uncertainty, why would anyone follow you? Why would anyone respect you? People follow leaders, not followers. The truth is, confidence is everything. When you speak, you need to speak with strength. You need to believe in what you're saying and show people that you're not second-guessing yourself. Think about the last time you heard someone speak with strength. It could have been in a meeting, a presentation, or even just a conversation. The difference was clear. That person didn't need to shout, didn't need to over-explain. They spoke clearly, decisively, and with conviction. That's the kind of speaker you need to become. Here's how to do it. Complete your thoughts. Don't leave things hanging. Speak in full sentences. When you trail off mid-sentence, you're essentially telling people that you're unsure of yourself. Be clear and finish what you're saying. Drop the qualifiers. Stop saying maybe, I hope, I think, kind of. Those words tell people that you're not fully committed to your words. Instead, say it like you mean it. Use strong, direct language. Speak with certainty. Speak with authority. Don't say, maybe it will work. Or, I hope this idea will take off. Say, this is going to work. This is happening. When you speak this way, people are more likely to listen and they will respect you for it. Don't ask questions when you should be giving answers. When you're in a position of leadership or responsibility, your words should provide clarity. People want guidance, not confusion. Give them answers. Lead them confidently. Use pauses. Sometimes silence is just as powerful as words. Don't rush to fill every silence with words. A well-timed pause after a strong statement can add weight to what you're saying, making it land harder. If you want respect, if you want to lead, you need to speak with strength. The more confident you sound, the more respect you'll earn. People will start to believe in you because you believe in yourself. And when you do that, you'll find that respect will follow you wherever you go. I want you to think about this. When you enter a room, do you command it? Do people immediately know that you are someone who has presence? Or do you shrink into the background hoping that no one notices you? When you speak, your words are important, yes. But there's something that speaks louder than your words, your body language. Your body communicates before you even say a word. It tells people whether you believe in yourself, whether you are confident, whether you are worthy of respect. That's why you need to lead with your body. The first step is simple. Posture matters. Stand tall, shoulders back. When you slouch, you're sending a message that you don't care. When you stand up straight, you're telling the world that you have confidence. The next step is eye contact. When you speak to someone, look them in the eyes. It's a sign of respect. It shows that you are fully engaged with them and that you value their presence. But don't stare uncomfortably. Use eye contact to connect, not intimidate. And then there's the way you walk. Walk with purpose. Don't wander aimlessly. Every step you take should have meaning. Walk into a room as though you belong there. Make sure your steps are deliberate, confident, and steady. Use your body to communicate your authority. When you walk into a room with your shoulders back, your chin up, and your body exuding confidence, people will notice. They will respect you before you even say a word. If you want respect, you need to show that you deserve it. And the first step is leading with your body. When your body language reflects your inner strength, others will mirror that respect back to you. Now let's get real. How many times have you tried to be someone you're not, just to fit in? How often have you adjusted your personality, your behavior, just to please the people around you? Maybe it was at a party, maybe it was at work, but the truth is, you've probably done it more times than you'd like to admit. Here's the thing. People respect authenticity. The most successful people in the world, people like The Rock, Oprah, Richard Branson, are who they are, no matter where they are. They don't try to be something they're not. And because of that, they earn the respect of everyone they meet. It's easy to pretend to be someone you're not, but it's exhausting and it's fake. Eventually, people will see through the facade and you'll end up losing respect instead of gaining it. If you want to be respected, you have to be authentically you. You have to stop pretending. If people can't accept you for who you really are, then let them go. You don't need their approval. The people who respect you will be the ones who love you for who you truly are. And that's the kind of respect that lasts. So stop trying to fit into a mold that isn't you. Stop pretending to be someone you're not, because the real you is more than enough. Be yourself, everywhere. There's a dangerous trap that most people fall into. It's the trap of seeking approval from others. We all want to be liked, don't we? We want to feel accepted, appreciated, and valued by those around us. But here's the problem. When you're constantly seeking approval, you lose your sense of self. You can't build a strong, respected life by always looking to others for validation. Every time you change your actions, your words, or your decisions based on what someone else thinks, you're giving away your power. You're letting other people dictate who you are. The key to self-respect, and ultimately earning the respect of others, is to stop seeking approval. You don't need anyone's permission to be yourself. When you stop looking for approval, something amazing happens. You start making decisions based on your own values and desires, not on what you think will make people like you. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself adjusting your behavior because of someone else's opinion? Maybe you're avoiding conflict to keep someone happy. Maybe you're holding back from doing what you really want because you're worried about how others will react. This cycle never ends, and it robs you of the power to create your own life. When you stop seeking approval, you take back control. You start living for you, and when you do that, people will respect you. They will see that you're not willing to change who you are just to fit into their box. They'll see strength, and strength commands respect. So, stop looking for permission. Give yourself permission to be who you truly are. When you stop caring about whether others approve of your decisions, you'll find that people start respecting you more, not because you're trying to please them, but because you're living authentically. Here's a fact. Your emotions will either control you or you will control them. That's the choice you have to make. Most people don't realize how much power their emotions have over their lives. They let their feelings dictate their actions, their reactions, and even their relationships. But if you want to earn respect, you must learn how to master your emotions. You cannot be respected if you're always reacting impulsively or letting your emotions rule you. I'll tell you a story. There was a time in my life when I would get frustrated easily. If things didn't go the way I planned, I'd get angry, upset, or disappointed. I would lash out, blame others, or internalize those feelings. And you know what? That didn't get me respect. It got me chaos. Here's the hard truth. Emotions are not an excuse for poor behavior. It's easy to say, I was angry, so I reacted that way, or I was upset, so I said something I didn't mean. But here's the thing. Your emotions don't control you unless you let them. It's your job to control your emotions, not the other way around. When you master your emotions, you gain control over your life. You stop allowing external circumstances to dictate how you feel and act. This is the mark of someone who is respected. People look up to those who remain calm in the face of adversity, who don't let anger, frustration, or sadness dictate their actions. They see emotional control as strength. So, next time you're faced with a tough situation, remember, you have the power to choose your reaction. And when you choose wisely, you build respect. Not just from others, but from yourself as well. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And the key to building confidence is not relying on external factors like validation or success. True confidence comes from within. You see, confidence isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about accepting your imperfections and embracing them. It's about knowing that you have something valuable to offer, even when you stumble. Confidence is not about being the best at everything. It's about being comfortable with who you are, flaws and all. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with confidence is because they're too focused on what others think. You can't build real confidence if you're constantly worried about being judged or criticized. If you keep seeking validation from others, you'll never feel secure in who you are. So, how do you build unshakable confidence? It starts with taking small risks. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you're capable. It's the small wins that build your confidence. When you take risks and succeed, no matter how small, you reinforce the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. Another important part of building confidence is to stop comparing yourself to others. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, not on how you measure up to someone else. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you start to build confidence in your unique journey and abilities. Finally, embrace failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every time you fail and get back up, you grow stronger and more resilient. Confidence isn't about avoiding failure. It's about handling it with grace and learning from it. When you build true confidence, it radiates. People see it, they respect it, and they respect you. Confidence is magnetic, and it's something that will open doors for you that you never even imagined. The final key to gaining respect and achieving success is to live with purpose. Without purpose, you're just drifting through life. You're reacting to whatever comes your way, instead of taking control and moving towards something meaningful. Living with purpose means having clear goals, values, and direction. It means waking up every day knowing exactly what you're working toward. People who lead with purpose are not swayed by every distraction, every opinion, or every obstacle that comes their way. They stay focused. They stay committed to their mission. When you lead with purpose, you become a force of nature. People are drawn to you because they see your clarity and your conviction. They see that you know what you want, and they respect the fact that you're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. But leading with purpose doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention. It requires planning. You must have a clear vision of where you want to go and the steps you need to take to get there. This is where most people fall short. They don't have a clear purpose. They have ideas, but no plan. They have dreams, but no action. Here's what I want you to understand. Success follows purpose. If you don't know where you're going, how can you expect anyone to follow you? How can you expect anyone to respect you if you don't even respect your own direction? So, take a moment and ask yourself, what is your purpose? What are you working toward? And are your actions aligned with that purpose? When you lead with purpose, respect follows. People will see you as someone who is driven, focused, and determined, and that, my friend, is the kind of person that others can't help but respect. Now, as you stand at the crossroads of your life, think about the choices you make today. The habits you build, the boundaries you set, the respect you demand, all of these things shape the world you live in. And remember, respect is earned, not given. It's not about waiting for permission. It's about taking charge of your life with unwavering confidence and purpose. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. What you need is to make the decision to speak up when it matters, to stop seeking approval from others, to take care of yourself, and to lead with purpose. These are the things that will set you apart and make people respect you. So I ask you, as you step into the next chapter of your life, will you be the person who chooses to live authentically? Will you be the person who faces uncomfortable conversations head-on, who builds unshakable confidence, and who commands respect, not through force, but through clarity and action? The world is full of distractions, but the ones who succeed, the ones who stand tall, are those who know their purpose, who know what they want, and who act without hesitation. It's your time. Get out there, live with intention, and become the person everyone respects. Your future is waiting.